Hey YouTube, this is Freedom Voice. I want to say Happy New Year to each one of you, and I hope you have a good year in 2024. I'm going to begin this video in this year looking at some of the tactics that we talked about last year. About a year ago, I put out a video entitled Gangstalking Tactics, Red Color Sensitization, basically showing how they use the color red, particularly red cars, to act as a passive-aggressive threat to the target. So in this video, you're going to see tactic number one, which is red car sensitization or red colors. Then you'll see tactic number two, and this will be the majority of this video, and it will be dealing with brighting, the concept of brighting, how they use bright lights to let you know that you're being watched. You're going to see this constantly in this video. And then tactic number three, I talked about this before in other videos, the one light. You'll see the one lighting cars, and the one light is designed to let you know you're being followed. Everywhere you go, a one light car will show up. It's also a symbol of the occult. And then lastly, you'll see mobbing, how everywhere the targeted individual goes, a group of people are sort of assigned to show up and just make the target feel uneasy, make the target feel threatened, make them feel as though they can never relax. And you'll see that in this video. So I'm going to show you each one of these tactics in this video. All right, I'm going to begin. This is a typical day, and I'm going to show you how the target is educated by all of these different, what I call street theater tactics, to look for signs of, their tactics. For example, you can see this red truck pulling out really slow. 90% of the time, I would have gone straight on this road. And so the red truck would have jumped in front of me, and that would have been the passive aggressive threat. So, you can't pass him. You can just ride behind him. And that would sort of act as a threat to the target. I see it over and over and over again, but I decided to turn left here and go into this service station here to get some water. So as I pull up into this driveway, I want to show you several things. Number one, if you look at my rear view camera at the top of the screen, you look at the service station across the street, there are no cars there. Now I'm going to back into this parking stall here. And I want you to notice the timestamp here, because it's only going to take me 3 minutes to go in there. You can see the timestamp is right around 1930. And 1933 is when I would come out. I'm coming out now, and I'm pulling off. Now, as I pull off, this is when the theater is going to begin. You're going to see several cars here. They're all part of it. First of all, you can see what I call Agent Dim Light. Agent Dim Light, and then you see Agent White Car, and then Agent Red Car. And as I continue going out, you have across the street there, you remember when I pulled in 3 minutes earlier, there was no car there, but now you can see Agent Bright Light. All right. This is designed to it's acting as the flagger. He's the flagger. He's positioned perfectly so that you can see him, because that's what the whole entire tactic or theater that you're going to be introduced to over the next 30 minutes or so is going to be all about. So his role is to educate you to look for that. Look for the bright lights. That was the reason why that truck was positioned there. And that was the reason why, you saw that. So as I continued up the road here, as I said before, normally I don't take this route. I took this route just simply because I just wanted to go a different direction. But I want to show you how, because I did detour, it kind of threw them off, because most of them know the route that I take. Here's Agent Red Car here. Again, this is, it's designed to act as a passive-aggressive threat. It makes you feel as though you're being threatened when you see that over and over and over and over again. Now I'm going to switch to my rear camera because of the sun glare. And I'm doing that for another reason as well. I want to show you my rear view You can see there are no cars behind me, but you're going to see them quickly catch up. And what you're going to see, as I mentioned earlier, when you had Agent Brightlight there sitting in the service station, perfectly situated so that I could see him when I pulled out, you're going to see the cars catching up with bright lights now. Again, this was sort of a detour. They didn't expect me to go this way. They know my route. They know exactly where I drive and how I drive. And so they have agents positioned, all along my route. But when I detour like this, it takes them a while to catch up, but they will catch up. You can see behind me here. Now, notice my speedometer there at the lower left. It's 42 miles an hour. This is a 40-mile-an-hour zone. So they have to be going faster than 40 miles an hour to catch up. You can see them. They are catching up, or he is catching up. You can see the bright light now. It's the car behind the car that's behind me. You can see that he obviously has bright lights, and it is daytime. But he's going to turn off, and now that's for a reason. They want to make sure that they're not seen. So he turns off there. I'm switching back to my forward camera because I want to show you another agent bright light is going to pick up right here on the left. You can see the white Subaru there. They all work together, guys. These are all, you can see as I switch to my rear camera, you can see quite clearly this car has bright lights during the daytime. Now, keep in mind, this is during the daytime. They've got bright lights and fog lights on. Now, it may not seem bright on this camera, on this video, but that's because of the dynamics of this particular video. It's hard to really tell on the video. I sped up the video a little bit to get to that. I didn't want to make this video really long. But I'm just showing you how their tactic is to get behind you and to ride as close as possible without crowding you, but to keep the light so that you can see it. And it's designed to let you know that we're watching. We see you, all right? And then as I switch back to the front here, you can see the one light. Now, this is all happening on the same road during the same time. You can see how this is theater, guys. I mean, one light is designed, as I said earlier, it's designed to let you know you're being followed. We see you. We're following you. Everywhere you go, you can't escape us. We're there. This is gang stalking, guys. A lot of people talk about gang stalking on YouTube, but they don't understand really how gang stalking works. They think they understand, but they don't. I want to get the license plate of this Subaru. You can see it, 9CJX356. Now, as I make that left-hand turn, again, another turn that wasn't really expected, but you can see back there just beyond the stop sign, as I roll the video again, you can see another car with bright lights coming. All right, I'm going to zoom in on it. You can see that car coming up with bright lights back there. That car was designed to, even if I would have gone straight, he would have turned behind me. His goal is to get behind me. All right. And you're going to see that here pretty quickly. I'm going to keep it on my rear camera here just to let you see what I see and what I deal with. This happens on a daily basis, guys. You can see the car speeding up here. Again, 35-mile-an-hour road here. I'm doing about 33 right now. I did speed the video up because I didn't want it really long. So you know he has to be going faster than 35 miles an hour, but he is catching up. And you can clearly see he's got bright lights. All right. Again, this is designed to let you know, hey, we see you. We've got eyes on you. You can't escape our eyes. We're here. And I want you to notice this truck here. Again, this is a 30-mile-an-hour zone, so he is caught up with me now. And it's very obvious that he's catching up for a reason. But look at the light. I call this one Agent Bright Grill. This person here has got bright fog lights lodged in its grill, which is kind of weird. But as I get in the turning lane here, you're going to see the truck pass, and you see it's an old GMC here. It's sort of like a landscaping truck, an old truck with bright lights in the grill. I mean, how weird is that, guys? Just to let you know. See, these guys are all paid agents. Their purpose is to act and sort of act part in a skit or act part in sort of theater. This is what this is. And a lot of them, you know, they do just short runs. They're just assigned to certain areas, but you see them everywhere you go. They're all around town, and this is all they do. Now, as I make this left-hand turn, I'm going to switch to my rear camera here, and you're going to see again another one behind me. Just when one turns off, you get another one behind you that turns on, and they do it in such a way where they can, it can be plausibly deniable because they don't follow you everywhere you go, but you see the same tactic. In other words, you see they all have bright lights. They may not be all the same car, but it could be a baboon driving the car. It's still the same tactic, and therefore it acts as a passive aggressive threat. Here's a red car here. Again, you'll see that over and over again. But as I pull up to this stop sign, I want you to know perfect timing here. As I pull up to the stop sign, you can see the car with the bright light there in the turning lane, turning in front of you so that you can see it. I'm going to run that again. All right, guys, another thing I want you to notice is as he makes this turn here, and I want to freeze it here because I want you to notice, see how these guys break the law. If you'll notice, he's not even in the turning lane. He's actually in the far right lane, but he's making a left-hand turn. This is what they do. This is how I know for a fact that they're gang stalkers, because they believe that they're above the law. Notice this guy's making a left-hand turn from the right lane. All right, I'm going to roll the video. Notice this is what I call Agent Bright Vet. This is an old Corvette, 1970 Corvette with bright lights in the front, right? I mean, again, these are different cars, but ironically, they all have the same feature, bright lights. Now, I want to show you what normal headlights look like on cars. These cars coming ahead, this is all normal. You see the car right there? See this car right here? This is all normal headlight, right? You see the other ones that I showed previous, they're bright lights. Now, I pull into this parking lot because I had to make a phone call, and then I had some food I wanted to eat. So I sat here, the sun is setting. I sat here until the sun did in fact set. And I decided to pull off. Now it's nighttime. Now you're really going to see the bright lights. I mean, you're really going to see it, guys. And I want to show you the difference between bright lights and regular lights. All right. So I'm back on the road here. And as I pull, they're always coming toward me so that you can see the lights. They've weaponized headlights. This is a form of weaponization, headlight weaponization. This is my rear camera. There are no street lights because these are country roads, and so it really makes the lights even brighter, You can see the cars behind. You see that car, the second car back there, really bright lights. Now, I decided to pull off here, and I wanted to turn around because I forgot to get gas. That was the reason why I turned around. But as I turn around, I want to show you this second car that had bright lights. I want you to see just how bright they are. Here he is right here. And I show you the rear camera. But you can see coming at the forward camera, you could see the car had really bright lights. Again, you can see the rear and then the front camera. I have two cameras on the truck, a forward camera and a rear camera for this reason. Now, as I continue down this road, you'll see a couple more, but I'm going back to the service station here to get some fuel because I knew I couldn't make it out to my place. As I get back, notice here now as I'm pulling up to this stop sign, you see how bright the lights are coming here? This is not a normal occurrence, right? This truck here, and notice how slow they drive just so that they could, use their light and the timing of the bright light. It's designed to create sort of post-traumatic stress. Over and over, you see these bright lights. It really has an effect on the psyche over time. If you drive at night all the time, there's so many of them out there. Their purpose is to constantly allow you to see them. Now, I'm pulling into the service station here, and I want to show you, this is real time. I'm going to leave the car running. I want to show you the mobbing now. You're going to see the mobbing. Notice no one's here, right? Again, they weren't expecting me to come to this service station. I made a U-turn to come here. So no one's here. But watch what you're going to see here in a few minutes. You're going to see cars just show up. People show up, get out. You're going to see a red car show up. And you're going to see them stay there until I actually leave. Now, this is real time. I'm not turning my car off, but I am fueling. And so I'm fueling my truck now. And so the camera's running. The forward camera's running. The rear camera's running. And it takes a little while, but you'll see the first car pull up here in just a second. And you'll see what happened. Now, I do this again to kind of demonstrate their tactics. I demonstrate the tactics to show how if a person is being gang stalked, if you're a targeted individual, you're being gang stalked, and you see this every day and you're wondering, is this really happening? In the beginning, you kind of question it. You kind of doubt it. But as it happens day in and day out, and this happens every day, that's the reason why I can call it. And I think what I should start doing is I should start going live on my YouTube channel, doing it live. Now, here's the first car pulling up. You can see the first car pulling up. I want you to notice when the person gets out of the car, what he does. Just to show you that these guys are just here just for the purpose of sort of standing around, creating sort of a scene. All right, so he gets out of the car, and here comes the red car, pulls right up. The red car pulls up there. Now I'm zooming in just to show you that that is, in fact, a red car. He's pulling up, and you can see the gentleman walking in the store. Now I want you to notice what he's going to do in there, just to show you that these guys are just simply here for no reason other than to just show up when I show up, right? You can see him just standing there, just kind of kicking his leg. He's not buying anything, just kind of kicking his leg. He's probably saying a few words to the cashier there, and then he's going to come right back out. He's not purchasing anything. He's just coming right back out, and he'll stand there. Now, there's two other guys there. Now, here comes another truck, a green truck. This is mobbing, guys. This is what we call mobbing. Notice also the red car. All right, the green truck shows up. The red car, the person in the red car never got out, right? In fact, if I show you that again, you'll see he just turned his headlights off. But you can see all of these guys here now. The guy in the green truck gets out. There's three guys in the car, and they're just standing around there just showing, kind of making a scene. It's kind of funny. Some people probably say, well, how do you really know that this is what you think it is? You know, when you see it every day, you know it when you see it. And also, I notice how these guys seem to just break laws and just not even care. Like, for example, I mean, these guys are parking in a handicap. They're not handicapped, but I see this type of activity all the time, you know, all the time. These guys break laws, they run lights, they speed, they do all kinds of things just because they're paid. You know, this is part of community policing to do what they're doing. So they really think they're above the law. So these are the tactics of gang stalking. First of all, again, red car, red color sensitization is designed to act as a passive aggressive threat. Bright lights is designed to let you know we're following you. One light is designed to let you know that everywhere you go, we're there. We're there. We're watching you everywhere you go. The only reason why I'm making this video, guys, is to show these tactics so that if a person is being targeted, if you see this is happening to you, you can know what it is, because knowing is half the battle. It's more than half the battle. The person that doesn't know is the person that will begin to react and sort of be triggered by this, because you see it every day. And that's what they want. They want to trigger you so that you'll do something, maybe a violent act, get thrown in jail, or maybe you'll go out and start telling people about it and sound really mentally ill. throw you into a mental institution. Now, as I'm going home now, this is as I get to my place now. My neighbors all around me are part of it as well. But I want you to notice here this symbol up in the trees up there. You see that symbol up in the tree? Those of you that, I'm going to run this video again. I want you to see it again. But if you know what the symbol is, comment in the comment section below. I'm sure it has something to do with the occult, some sort of secret society symbol. But I see this symbol. My neighbor just started illuminating the symbol up in the trees so that it can be seen when I come home. But let me know what you think this symbol represents.